I started as a true affiliate marketer, just trying to arbitrage profit based on CPAs that were paid to me on Facebook or Google, and that morphed into product ownership pretty quickly. I saw that there were a lot of people out there that were just putting some money up, buying products, or starting an e-service and hiring other people like affiliate marketers to sell it for them. And I realized that if I knew how to buy traffic, I could start my own product and just run my own product and be completely self-employed. So I got into that, started a couple of different products, and made and lost money both. It's part of the process, and starting a company is you have to kind of make that investment, as I like to look at it now. But that's the way you learn lessons sometimes, and figured out how to successfully run and scale products and all the lessons that come along with doing that, and trying to apply some of those as I move forward to different e-services that we currently run in-house, basically optimizing government services as kind of a middleman to make it seamless, smooth, and quick. And then also selling hard goods like flashlights and bone broth products. And we also work with, so those are our internal products that we run, and then we have an agency that we started that kind of really kind of fell in our lap a little bit. We had an idea for creating this a la carte service, and I was doing advertising reviews on Instagram and trying to be kind of funny about it and fun and educational at the same time. And we just kind of had this little wave of clients that came in and saw value and wanted us to work for them so we could optimize their campaigns. And so now we're in the agency business, and we've got clients and we're starting to grow that. So it's been a fun ride here for me on digital marketing, and we've got a few business partners here, 3 guys I work with. They're all owners of the agency and other products, and we have fun working together. It's one of the most important things, to find people that you like to work with and know things that you don't know. And I'm lucky in that I'm working with smart guys that are highly skilled too, though. So it's a challenge every day to be an entrepreneur, but we're up for it. Managing client desires and your own goals for them. We have ideas of things that we want to do and try, and we know we could get the revenue up maybe, or optimize a funnel a little bit better, and getting pushback from clients because they don't see what we see the way we see it, and, which is great. They own the brand and they have great vision for it, but one of the things that owning your own products half the time is you can kind of do whatever you want and be nimble that way. When you work with clients and you're helping them grow their businesses, it's their business and you don't have complete control. So website changes are slower, and developing traffic pages is slower, and there's approval processes and pushback on different creatives we want to use and stuff. It's all ultimately ends up being good for the brand because they have a true identity that they're creating, and we're not getting in the way of that. As digital marketers, though, we're trying to scale and do the best we can, and so we have ideas of what we want to do, and having to answer to the client's desires and demands has been a bit of a difficult thing to really become totally 100% comfortable with. Yeah, totally. So everyone today seems like to be a guru. It's funny, you look on social media and everyone's claiming that they know everything about everything, and so that's been a big hurdle, is just trying to, because we know what we're doing, and so we're instantly credible to ourselves, but having to establish that credibility with someone that maybe you don't know or you haven't talked to before, while they're already skeptical because they're getting hit from 30 different angles from all these different people that claim they know everything, could be a bit difficult. So, I think the differentiating factor for us is 2 things really. The first is that we own our own products. We understand not just the way that the ads need to run and the performance metrics that need to come in, but also the back end too. We'll advise clients all the time about adding insert to their shipments because the shipping's already paid for. That many of them maybe don't do that, or would tell them, you need to add a deep discount after somebody cancels their order to try and get them to come back, or optimizing their email funnel, or we'll tell them how to handle customer service differently. You need to have different refund amounts that you're willing to offer, or instead of offering refunds, maybe try and just send them more product, or give them a month free, or extend the next billing a couple of months. It's these kind of things that I think a lot of our clients have found to be really valuable, because we're able to share perspective from both sides. And when we look at ad buys too, we talk to them like product owners also, because we are product owners. I mean, I understand that if my traffic is at 80% ROI, or return on ad spend, that doesn't necessarily mean they're making money. They could still be losing money. There's a lot of costs. There's employee costs, there's customer service, call center costs, there's SaaS product costs. All those things need to be added into your total expense load to determine if you're actually making money. I mean, the worst thing would be for us to start scaling something and then the client was actually losing money, even though our ROI is 60% on the traffic. So we like to take a little more of an all-encompassing approach. Not that we're involved intimately in the back end of the operations. We just like to give our perspective and thoughts on important metrics and information that might help them make more money. And we have the experience to give that information wisely. The other thing I think would be the quality of the work. It's like I said, the initial part of answering this question, there's a lot of people out there claiming that they know everything, and so that's been difficult for us to just get, for new people that aren't referrals, to just get the credibility before we meet with them. But once we do an audit, 99% of the time we're finding things that are horribly wrong and need to be changed. And that's where we're able to separate ourselves very quickly, is just the quality of work and knowledge that we have and are able to deploy for the clients is kind of twofold: ads, and then understanding the back end of their business as well. Are you asking like what our biggest opportunity is, or for companies that we are working with, the biggest opportunity for them? The biggest opportunity for us is, in terms of like signing clients, is to go out and just apparently doing audits. Anytime we're able to look at people's advertising campaigns, that typically either they don't even have enough ads running, or don't have the right keywords, or they're basically, their campaigns aren't set up well at all. They're not remarketing at all. They don't have one ad, two ads up. So the biggest chance for us to get business is to go out and audit different companies' current campaigns and structures. I mean, it's specific to signing business. It's referrals. I mean, just leveraging the clients that we have, getting them to introduce us to people is without a doubt the best way to get clients. And depending on if it's a client referring us or somebody else, obviously we'll pay referral fees too. So in terms of bringing in new business, that's the biggest opportunity. Was that kind of the question you were asking me? Did I answer that right? Totally. And a lot of time we'll find like nothing wrong with Google, but there needs some work on Facebook, so we'll work on Facebook for them too. And if there's nothing wrong, we'll tell them. There's been an occasion where your campaigns were really strong, and it was like we think we could do better, but ultimately, like, it was pretty good, and we didn't really recommend they make the change, because it would have been a lot of work for them to change to us, and it would have taken a lot of time to maybe get them a little bit better return. So we'll tell them that too, and that's really, I think that's really pleasing for people to hear that, especially having done it in the past. Like, I don't know if we're even gonna find anything, but if we do, obviously we'll tell you. Oh man, if it's the biggest opportunities for them on digital marketing, I mean, it depends on what their product is or what their company's selling, if it's a SaaS service or if it's some sort of hard good. I mean, we're a digital marketing agency, so surely we believe that the majority of opportunity lies online. I think unless you're an enormous company looking for incredible amounts of scale, there's not much reason to go off of Facebook and Google to accomplish your goals. Obviously you want to be able to have some influencers as a part of your campaign as well, and the big challenge there is attribution. It's the return on influence that you're trying to figure out. But I think a dynamic campaign across all of those platforms is really the biggest opportunity, regardless of what the product is. So if it's a transaction that you're looking for, Google's a really great place to start with a remarketing campaign for lost customers on Facebook, and then having branding elements through social or Instagram with influencers is always a really great idea. I mean, if I had to give like a specific strategy for just picking something out of a hat, I would say that if you're going to use influencers, something we always like to do, this, like if we're talking about bang for buck and trying something that is going to go far for a brand owner, would be that if you're going to go negotiate a deal with an influencer, you want to make sure that you offer this influencer more money up front, with the idea that they are going to self-promote the post themselves. So let's say the influencer wanted $500 in their media kit. Initially, you would offer them whatever it is, $650, but in the contract it states that they have to promote the post for $150. It just seems like every time we have influencers that do work for us or for clients and we put this stipulation in there, they have this almost like, this probably isn't the right way to describe it, but like this cringy moment where I think there's basically influencers are just really worried about looking hungry for likes or thirsty for likes. And every time they promote a post, I think they kind of think that it's coming off like that. So as a result, if you're forcing them to promote it themselves, they want the content to be really, really good. So they put way more effort into it. And you get way better content out of these people, and they promote it for you to their audience, which is a really great value element to working with influencers. The other thing I would say is to do dark posts. If you didn't want to pay premium dollars for influencers, but you wanted to advertise on Facebook and Instagram, dark post is basically just getting advertiser access, having an influencer give you advertiser access, give you content, but not post it to their feed, and promoting the pictures or videos that they create for you through their social accounts with their social name on the ad. It's basically, a lot of the value from influencers comes from being in the feed. So if you take that element out of the negotiation, the value drops dramatically. So now you're talking about $50 or $60 per picture and paying them 1% of spend. And the cool thing about Instagram, as far as this recording states, you can't omit Instagram followers from a campaign. So you can force your way into those people's feeds with the influencer's name, but it's just not in their feed. So that's a really good value too. Certainly if you had to choose one and you're looking for one thing to do and you're looking for the best performance on conversions, it's probably going to be Google. Leads, we found Facebook to be very successful as well. So I don't know, that's kind of a long answer. I don't know if that's what you were looking for though. Oh man, the best advice I ever got was to read the copy out loud. That might be pretty cliche, but if you just read what you've written out loud, it really helps you understand, but before you put an ad live or whatever it is, if it's body copy, just read it out loud and it's going to tell you really quickly how it sounds, how you're even able to read it, and how other people are going to receive it. So that's the best piece of advice. Every time I read it out loud, it seems like I have to rewrite it 2 or 3 more times, which is frustrating, but it's helpful. The worst is, we always have internally here, we always try and avoid the words "I think." It just seems like opinions can be split test to find the right answer now, and it's more of our attitude is let's try. We always try to say let's try this, and instead of, well, I think this. And a lot of the times it's that can be the worst thing, is, well, I think this is right, or I think this is the way we should do it. When if you can test it, you're always going to get the right answer. So that's probably the worst way to go in terms of deciding something. The first client we got was a coffee company. It was coming out of Italy into America, SA Cafe. They just got their funding here and are moving forward with making the whole brand, and we've got all the branding going on for them with box designs and setting up email flows and building the whole website and really dynamic campaigns across all the platforms, the advertising platforms. And that's the first client. That was a true referral just from a colleague that had been kind of in the industry with us down here for a long time, and said that we were the guys, and started working with them. And he's since referred us to a few people, and signing other clients from doing all these ad reviews on social. So that was the first client. It wasn't when I first got started, it wasn't like I was just an affiliate. You know, I was just working, selling products for product owners. You know, working through networks. You can just sign up, create an account, and fill out a couple of forms, and you're off to the races with an affiliate link, and you can try and make some money selling products for people. So it wasn't like, you know, and then from there I quickly moved into creating my own product, and then I was just running my own product for a long time. So it's not like we've had this proper agency going for a long time, taking on clients. We just happen to know everything about, you know, the branding and digital marketing from our own efforts. And now as a team here, we've got kind of our first real set of clients that we're working with for the last, you know, it's only been 6 months or so. I just really admire the people that take their time and do good work. They spend the money creating great content, they spend the money on graphic design work, and they don't skimp. You know, it's the reason these brands get up into the millions and millions of dollars of sales. And you know, what really impresses me about all these brands, like, or any brand like that, is when you look at their stuff online and they're doing everything you would do, or it's better maybe than you would do, and there's no errors, like you can't find anything wrong. It's so impressive to me. So there's a couple examples. Sure, yeah, you can go to Attention Agency, that's ATTN agency.com. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram as well, just Attention Agency. Obviously we're on LinkedIn too, so anywhere you look, you should be able to find us.